whether it will be. Oh, it's the tiebreaker poll because between the other options, there were three that came out on top: Digimon, survival, or relaxing. Now it's time to choose between those. And to choose whether my character will be male or female. So go right ahead. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right into Final Fantasy XIV. I am excited to see where the story is going to take us from here. Will we be able to find our missing friends? What is going on with Ida and Pablomio? And Thancred is no longer able to use magic. Ida, or Estella, is blind. What happened to Minfilia? Let's see what of these will be answered and what is going on with the Warrior of Darkness as we jump right into the game. Yes, I am still playing as a healer. That is going to be a consistent, and we don't have the option of our minion here. So when we leave, I will take care of that. Oh! Well, this will add a new one to us, but Thancred and Corelli contacted us a short while ago. It would seem that their foray to the Castia Midrium bore fruit. They ask that we rendezvous with them in Estella, in Idleshire, where will share their findings. Rude though it is to depart without speaking to the guest of honor, I expect she will forgive me if I return with her daughter. The guest of honor being that person in particular. Orty Boulder is a funny character and funny name, and I am glad that he is okay. That will always be the case. Now then, random minion. What will it be? It'll be the bug. And random mount is our airship. Do not fly an airship indoors. Says someone that just did such a thing. Alright, so we have to fly to Idleshire. Is there a shortcut to get there, though? No, that doesn't seem to be the case. Okay. The steps of faith. I swear that the Fall Guys collab is exactly what was causing the issues I had last week. I did not take part in it. However, we will be getting to the Gates of Judgment now, and I want to continue the main story, honestly. All right. this way. I remember because I came back and I was able to come in that way, so let's go this way. This way. No, it was up from here. It wasn't there though. So it had to be over here. Yep, there we go. Beside that dungeon entrance. Behemoth flying through the skies. Press the B button. That leads to Tail Feather, which will in turn drop in Hinterlands. So this is the right way. Okay. Going good, going good. I apologize for the slow travel. I'm not going to just be teleporting all over the place. But I am looking forward to returning to Idleshire because that is the Goblin City. Okay, there we go. Now, Draven and the Hinterlands are over here, to the west and south. Further up. There we go, that's the cap. Alright, now we just go straightish. The main quest does involve a lot of going from point A to point B, and I apologize for that. There we go. Alright, we have to enter from below. There we go. Okay. Idleshire is not far from here. We're almost there. Okay. We cannot fly in Idleshire, but we can ride our mount around, so there's that benefit. My apologies. I see I am the last to arrive. So, what news have you for us? Well, as we postulated, there were indeed what appeared to be the remnants of an unexplained disturbance in the ether at the scene of the Ultima weapon's destruction, a ripple at odds with the presiding pattern. Though faint, the waveforms bore a strong resemblance to those conveyed or those observed following the destruction of the Isle of Val, when I believe Hydaelyn shielded me with the light of her blessing, or with the blessing of her light. To confirm our findings, we paid a visit to the Silda Aqueducts. There we detected the same waveforms, but orders of magnitude larger, as one would expect of a more recent disturbance. Hydaelyn, there is no other explanation. But there is more. When I studied the site where Istola used flow, it appeared that not two but three beings had been affected. Yet, unlike Istola and Thancred, there was no trail to follow. Our unknown third party was simply there and then not there. Now, recall your visions of a vast crystal floating in a sea of ether. Though this too is but a theory, studies of gifted subjects suggest that when communing with Hydaelyn, we briefly leave our bodies behind. So let us consider the facts. 1. Hydaelyn interceded. 2. A third being was caught in Istola's flow and vanished without a trace. And 3. Hydaelyn may have the capacity to summon the consciousness of gifted individuals to her side. You are implying, I take it, that Hydaelyn has guided Minfilia into the compass of my magic, that she might summon her, body and soul, into the ethereal sea. In which case, we must needs continue our search for a blessing. The means to do so already exists. I speak of the Antitower. a Shalian construct conceived to provide for scholars a vantage point over the ethereal sea. Though I know not where its entrance lies, we need only ask its last custodian, a contrary old crone who, for another blessing, refused to join the Exodus. Master Matoya was the keeper of the Antitower? I had no idea. Then our course is clear. We must petition her aid once again. So many quests I could take for the goblins. I'm just a little happy about this. Oh, this is just a light bubble and cosmetic thing, isn't it? And there I thought it was actually something important. Really? It's gonna target me? Well, it didn't attack, so here we go. Oh, what a surprise. Well, what secrets have you come to extract from me this time? Ah, though it pains me to admit it, your words strike close to the mark. We humbly ask that you grant us entry to the Antitower, that we might use it to seek a friend who we believe has been transported into the ethereal sea. And who told you I could do such a thing, I wonder? The tower was abandoned to its magical keepers 15 years ago. They run the place now. If that's no deterrent to you, then by all means. Is that all? I felt sure you would seek to dissuade us from our course given your role as custodian. Role? Hardly. The Forum foisted that title on me. During the Exodus, every entrance to the Antitower was sealed, save one. My role consists of making sure no one with ill intent sneaks through. Such was the Forum's final order for me, or to me. Well, I can remove the wards right now. Will you be going or not? We will, Master Matoya. We will do whatever it takes to find Minfilia. We'll see about that. You, Baldessian girl, you're staying here with me. I need your help to restore the wards to their original state. The rest of you can go, on the condition that you clean up the mess in the tower. If you encounter any unruly familiars, you are to tend to them. Those are my terms, and I'll hear no argument. Reasonable. Well, it appears the mistress has spoken. Lead the way, Kiara. I assume Thancred's going to be our tank, and the other two are going to be DPS since we're a healer. Insufficient item level. Of course it is. Which means I have to go as a sage. Okay. Place the heal thing on the tank. I heal as I deal damage.
Away with you! Like this!
I do have an AoE. And it does heal Thancred, who is in fact our tank. And I called it on all of the party members' rolls. Alright.
Away with you!
I'm gonna have to fall back and heal myself. Okay. I definitely need to adjust my loadout here. Okay. Okay, Elphanot has a bit of damage, but he should be fine. Thankfleet is staying above half.
Focus. Release. Try this.
Okay.
Try this.
Okay. Okay. That is a big one. Our first boss fight of the dungeon. Okay. So stay away from the musical notes, I think. Okay. No, 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 no. Okay, there we go.
Like this. Like this.
Okay. Oh, I got turned into a frog.
Like this.
Alright, prognosis.
I have my pride.
Alright, treasure coffers over here. A ring of casting. Interesting enough. And on we go. Okay. Okay. go, and a treasure coffer after some mimics. Ring of Slaying. Okay. Alright. Just a bunch of fire homunculi. Artificial beings created for the purpose of being made of fire. Alright, there we go. A path is created, and we go forth to find these. Okay. Alright, we defeated all of those. Choker of Aiming.
Release!
That is a lot of enemies. Okay. He's the only one getting hit, and we're healing him as we're dealing damage. Now we need to heal specifically him for a bit. Focus heal. Alright, that should be good. Okay. I feel like we're doing really good here. Alright, no treasure chest. Just a boss. Nothing ominous about a floating... Oh no, it's a... I see. It's one of those guys with a giant crystalline rock. Yep, okay. This is an easy enough boss fight. Unique mechanics are just rocks that will explode, but can also block the thing that it locks onto you with. Good thing I remembered the Fenrir fight. I think it's gonna bring out more rocks soon. Nope, it's going to use an AoE. Alright. Ah, Gauntlets of Maiming. Wind up Vikings.
Focus. Release.
Okay. I am just jumping for the sake of it. Random treasure chest. Oh, okay. Bracelet of Healing! Yay!
Away with you.
Okay. We should be able to do it. We're down to the last one. Yep, okay. Now, was there anything over on that side? Nope, okay. Come on. Wind up Magus! Viking Magus! If you've seen my Final Fantasy III playthrough, you might recognize some things. I have to wonder, will they wind up Ninja? Will it wind up Onion Knight? Will they show up? Okay, this is gonna be another one. Are we even there? We have a Magus and a Viking! That's a good combo right there, I have to admit. Alright, we took out the Magus first, now for the Viking. There's more than one rave. Okay, this is the third wave. Okay. Had to heal up, but we're fine. We're fine, and we're going to do this. They took out a Centaur, which is fine. I'm a healer, not a DPS. I just provide DPS while I heal. That's the whole stage gimmick.
Release!
Oh, I have those still. Do some focus healing.
Try this!
There. Probably not going to do anything for us right now. Doesn't matter. Point is, I had forgotten that. And here we are. The final boss of the dungeon. Oh. You're from Final Fantasy IV. Okay, I took
Away
some
with
damage
you.
there. That might have seemed easy, but we're not done. Because the Amalgamation Doll, the true form of this horrifying monstrosity, that Golbez, under the control of Zemus, unleashed. In order to claim the dark crystal held by the dwarves.
Like this!
Okay.
Like this!
Increase full under our effect. No, I'm confused. Okay. I think that our biggest thing right now is we need to heal Thancred.
Away with you!
Okay, now. Ah, I got turned into a doll. There we go, kept everyone alive. Okay. Travian Long Kilt of Casting. Alright, we managed to get through the quest, the dungeon. What lies past this?
Hear, feel, think.
So, Hydaelyn called us to us.
Through time and space hast thou journeyed unto me, as I knew thou wouldst.
Through time and space thou hast journeyed to me as I knew thou wouldst. Oh, it's voiced, right.
We are the word of the mother. We, who were once called Minfilia. Much time hath passed for thee since the bloody banquet, since I hearkened to her word. Mother, Hydaelyn guided me towards Y'shtola and Thancred, that I might be swept up in their flow and delivered unto the ethereal sea. There, adrift and alone, her voice silent once more, I prayed for those we had lost, for those we can yet save. To her I would make an offering.
Oh no.
We speak now with one voice, one will, one word. Unto thee we bequeath the most precious of gifts, the truth which lieth at the heart of this world. Thus do we beseech thee once more. Hear, feel, think. Before there was life, in the depths of the ethereal sea, light and dark did once dwell as one. But the darkness coveted power, and the balance was broken. Thus was I forced to banish him unto the distant heavens, to forever remain apart, a moon bound. In sundering the star did we cry out, and the barriers twixt planes chanced to falter. Across 10 and 3 were we then divided, reflections of the source, each possessed of a shard.
13.
Zodiac longeth to be made whole. For his restoration, for his resurrection, his servants labor without cease. They seek to tear down the barriers which surround the source. Thus do they rejoice in their ardor, in your calamities, for each marks a rejoining. Seven times have they succeeded. 7 times hath the darkness grown stronger. 7 times have I failed. The Ascians cannot be suffered to continue. This is my final. The crystal's power is all but spent. With what remains, I will return you to the shore of the ethereal sea. Blessed children, go forth and seek.
You've had another vision, haven't you?
This is a bad situation.
Let us return to Master Matoya's cave. Everyone will wish to hear what you saw.
Still in one piece, are we? Well, did you learn anything?
Unfortunate information. Very unfortunate.
The word of the mother? I'm not sure I understand.
Nor am I. Cryo? As unbelievable as it sounds, I see no reason to doubt her. The word's tale. No one was more sensitive to the will of Hydaelyn than Minfilia. And if Hydaelyn has grown so weak that she can barely make herself heard, it is not hard to see why Minfilia, having joined with her, might struggle to maintain her own form.
What? Why would she need to maintain her own form? Are you saying... Are you saying she's gone? But that cannot be! Not now. Not after all we have accomplished. We were meant to usher in the dawn's light together.
She threw herself on the fire to fuel your dawn's light, boy. You'll just have to usher it in on your own.
Must you be so ungentle?
Tell me about the Scions, boy.
The scions of the Seventh Dawn lay before Eorzea's salvation. Whenever the realm is threatened, be it by Primal, Ascian, Garlean, or any other, we take up arms in her defense, that all in Eorzea may live to see a brighter tomorrow.
And that's very noble of you. But in chasing after these lofty goals of yours, you seem to have lost sight of some basic truths. To win a war, you must be willing to do whatever it takes. To fight, to kill, and if necessary, to die. The path you've chosen is paved with the dead. Walk it with your eyes open, or not at all.
I know the truth of which you speak, and have from the first. If the Ascians will go to any length to resurrect their god, then we must needs be as committed to our cause, to unmask them and their schemes, and to crush them both utterly.
I don't disagree.
Come, there is much to be done.
Yes, of course.
Thancred, wait! No, this is all wrong.
Alphinaud's having another crisis, and I feel like Thancred might have a bit of a job change of his own into Dark Knight before too long. She's not coming back, is she? She did what she thought it was best. I know that. I do. To give all for her beliefs was ever her way. So will we. We must. As we must. What greater calling could there be than to stand against the dark defenders, or the dark as defenders of the light? And yet, where does it end? The sacrifice, the loss. But we now have a new minion to be able to summon. Oh, I had another one I could use as well. I got that from the fight. Cursed Doll. Frog Familiar. I must ask that you not breathe a word of this to any of the others at the Rising Stones, especially Fleming. I will brief Tataru on what we have learned, as well as Uringier. He may have insight into what the word told us. As for you, Kiara, after all you've done, I would say you have earned a rest. But speaking of well-earned rewards, I received a missive from Sir Emmerich while you were away. It would seem he is planning a ceremony of some sort, and would like you to attend. He did not divulge the details, preferring instead to explain in person. Mayhap you should pay him a visit? I forgot to change back to Scholar. Okay. Alright, we must go back now to Ishgard, which lies wait a minute. There's a shortcut to this area I have yet to unlock. Alright. Honestly, I was not expecting Minfilia to be in that kind of state. Okay. Is there a path over here? No? No, it seems that is the way forward here. No wonder I haven't discovered this area yet. Unless we can just go over that. Okay, so there we go. Alright, now this way. Alright, there we go. So Emmerich is arranging some kind of ceremony. Let's get there. Forgotten Knight. Zoom back in a bit. Ah, Mistress Frostborn. The Lord Commander left instructions that you were to be shown inside.
A pleasure to see you again, my friend. I take it you received our invitation. Good, good. You of all people should be present.
Present for what, indeed?
When the true brothers of the faith seized control of the vault, I feared the worst. Yet in adversity were we blessed with the promise of peace between man and dragon through Vidofnir's timely rescue of an innocent child. Timely, I say, though miraculous or providential might better describe the event. The gods themselves could not have devised a more fitting symbol of hope. Needless to say, we could scarce let such an opportunity pass us by. Which is why I set about making formal arrangements for a peace conference between our peoples.
Big steps.
You and yours have done more to bring us together than any, and it is only right that you attend. But I confess that is not the only reason I would be glad to have you there. Given Nidhogg's implacable opposition to the peace, it is possible that he and his followers may attempt to disrupt proceedings, in which event your presence would be a comfort to all in attendance. Pray understand, I have no wish to invite the Worm's ire, but if our fractured nation is to heal, if we are to move forward as a people united, then we must do whatever is necessary to bring about lasting change. "'Tis nothing. 'Tis nothing." Lucia cautioned me against giving vent to my passions, lest my wounds reopen. It has not been easy reaching out to our opponents in Ishgard, many of whom sympathized with the actions of the true brothers. But in so doing, we have limited the influence of the Zealots. The people are ready, my friend. This conference must go ahead.
I agree on that. I just hope he stays okay.
I knew you would understand. The conference will take place on the border of Ishgardian and Dravanian territory in Falcon's Nest. Lucia is there seeing to the final preparations even as we speak. Pray join her at your earliest convenience. 'Twould not do for the guest of honor to arrive late after all.
Okay, we have to go back to Falcon's Nest.
Oh, and one more thing. A drink! We should make time for one. Once the conference is concluded, I mean. By my reckoning, 'tis long overdue.
Oh no, he's gonna die, isn't he? He's gonna die. That's how something like that always goes when they say that. Okay. Okay. Lord Commander said you would come, Kiara. As you can see, preparations for the conference are proceeding apace. Mark well the curtain above. It conceals a relief that will be unveiled during the conference. The Masons labored day and night to see it finished on schedule. Sir Emeric wanted a symbol which would endure long after the conference is concluded. I think you will be pleased with the result. It was not my war, but I made it mine, and to see it draw closer to a resolution fills me with a strange hope. His faith is infectious, is it not? His certainty that we can be better than we are. Forgive me, I am rambling. You must be tired after your journey. Go, rest. I will not keep you. If you would rather not take a rest, then why not take a walk around Falcon's Nest and make your presence known to the people and so forth? In addition to those who have come from far and wide to attend this ceremony, you may meet lords Artoriel and Emelian, who have graciously volunteered their services. They should be glad to see you. Now, if you would excuse me, I must needs return to my duties. I'm glad to see that the rumors were true. Well met, Mistress Frostborn. And fear not, I've no intention of begging your aid with this or that. Everything appears to be in order. My only lingering concern is that one of the convectors might not have been informed of our plan. As I recall, Vuldofnir may pass directly over that encampment. The last thing we need is a glory-seeking nobleman attempting to slay a Dravian ambassador to a peace conference. Do you know when everything's set to begin? I wasn't sure how many might come, so I thought it best to come early and find a spot with a great view. When I heard that Sir Emeric was planning to make a speech, I knew I couldn't miss it. I mean, the man risked his own neck to rescue those hostages. How often do we get heroes like that in this day and age? And he's more than a fighter, too. He's a thinker, he is. He's got plans to better our lives, change things, and he'll do it, by the Fury. Me and my friends and family, we all believe he can do it. Bloody exciting, isn't it? Not just peace with the dragons, but with all them heretics besides. Don't misunderstand, we've all got a healthy fear for being bathed in dragon fire. That being said, the heretics did far more to hinder our efforts here in the past, so hearing that we're close to a reconciliation comes with great relief. Artoriel! How much has changed since we fought alongside each other in the vault? If you had told me then that we would soon be hosting a peace conference, I would have thought you a naive fool. And yet, here we are, preparing to make that fantasy a reality. Ha! And here I am, laboring to make it so. Lord Artoriel, if I may. Certainly, First Commander. How may I be of service? Some of the convictors are refusing to stand down. The majority are willing to do so, but a small party have instead pledged to engage any Dravians bound for Falcon's Nest. Fury take me! They would defy Sir Emeric's command if they dare attack Voldofnir. It will not come to that, but to see that it does not, we must needs hasten to their encampment. They should be far more reluctant to oppose us were a Lord of House Vortems present. I understand completely. Let us depart at once. But ere we do, I must ask, would you look after Emelian while I am away? As you know, he has ever been an impulsive, changeable child. But recently he seems to have been suffering from a bout of melancholy. I thought to lift his spirits by having him assist with the guard duty, a simple but honorable charge, unlikely to expose him to danger, given the presence of so many other knights. Alas, he has taken no interest, and I fear he may abandon his post in my absence. All I ask is that you keep an eye on him until I return, exhausting though that may be. Oh no, things are going to fall apart really easily here. Thank you, my friend. I promise we will not be long. Things are set to fall apart so easily. I'm rather busy at the moment, old girl, guarding this tavern, as it were. Oh, I see now. Artoriel thought I might be derelict in my duties, eh? The nerve of my brother to question my dedication. But since you are here, mayhap I can put you to proper use. The wasteland beyond the walls must be kept safe for travelers, yet I have been forbidden from leaving Falcon's Nest. It wouldn't do for our esteemed guest to be devoured by wolves. Oh no. Yet that is precisely what will happen if we do not cull the roaming packs. Your map, if I may? Right. There, those are the points our scouts marked for patrol. I'll leave it to you, old girl. Come, Huntress. We must return to my rounds. Oh dear. Do be careful, my lady. Okay. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. I'm just set you to a tank defender stance. There we go. Okay. Fought some wolves. Akira Frostborn Wolvesbane, it pleases me to inform you that I have completed my rounds and that all is well in Falcon's Nest. Oh, and there was a grizzled fellow looking for you. You know, the one who made the arsonist confess. Clever, that. Oh, Thancred! Thancred's here! Thancred, was it? He was asking after you. Anyway, once I noticed the garish weapons he was sporting, I deemed it waste to leave him be. I dispatched him to an area I neglected to mark on your map. Yes, this one. If you hurry, he might still be there. Okay, here we go. Alright. Thancred fighting wolves. Garish weapons indeed. He may do. He may do. Ah. Hopeful heretic. Stay your weapon, we come in peace. Lady Iceheart told us tales of Voldofnir. If she would trust in Sir Emmerich, then we too would hear what he has to say. But the wolves caught us unawares, and were it not for this man, we would have surely died. Fancy meeting you here, Kiara. 'Twas fortunate I came when I did. These two would not have fared well against the wolves on their own. The young lord wasted no time in taking advantage of you, did he? And me, I suppose. Let us return to Falcon's Nest, then, and see what other thrilling tasks he may have for us. I mean, it turns out he did well to do exactly that. Okay, so he's actually doing his job. What horrible thing is going to befall this situation? And there they are, a pair of gallant heroes if I ever saw them, comrades in arms reunited at last. By your selfless sacrifice have you guaranteed the safety of our many guests. On behalf of Ishgard, I thank you both. And with that, there is not left to do but to enjoy our well-earned respite. Alright, we'll go with a max ether. Oh, and this should, of course, go without saying, but let's keep those last few favors between us, yes? Artoriel wouldn't understand. Right then, the first floor of the barracks has been converted into a tavern for the duration of the conference. Why don't you go and have something to eat? For once, a suggestion with which I agree. Go on ahead, Kira. I will join you anon.
Welcome, welcome. Find yourself an empty seat and I'll be with you in a moment. Cold out, isn't it? Here, a mug on the house. Let's get some colour back in them cheeks. Freed food will be a bit longer than usual. We've got a lot of hungry folk to feed, what with the conference and all. Oh, so many people with cause to celebrate. To think there could be peace in our time, after all them years of fighting.
An incredible thing indeed. How's it gonna fail?
When I heard about the conference, I knew I had to come. I knew I had to be here, to do my bit. My husband, he died fighting the dragons, you see. And here we are, about to break bread with him.
Oh no, she poisoned us.
You were right, mother. You look tired. Reckon you could do with a good long rest? After all you've done, I say you're dead. Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep and leave us to our affairs.
Oh boy.
This was never your fight.
My son. They told me he walks in Hallone's halls. Him and the rest of his unit.
They told me the same.
I expect they think it's comforting. Every time I come, I cry. I cannot bear to remember, but to forget would be 1,000 times worse. Yet that is what they would have us do. Accept this truth for the sake of peace. Bury the past and look to the future. But he was my future. My flesh and blood. My heart.
Is this it? We're the only ones with the courage to oppose this madness? Cowards, a lot of them.
They think only of the prize, of the peace Sir Emmerich promises them. They know in their hearts it's a lie, but they go along with it anyway, desperate fools. But not I. Not I! I see the worm that killed my brother in my dreams every night, and I will not rest until he lies broken at my feet. Him and every last one of his accursed kin.
All this nonsense about Kings of Eld, as if I care what they did or didn't do. Makes no difference to me and mine. Have the dragons sued for peace in 1,000 years? Are they bollocks? It's a bloody ruse is what it is, and Sir Emmerich and the rest of them bloody fallen for it.
But what can we do? They believe, and naught we can say will ever change their minds.
Oh boy.
Whether we like it or not, man and dragon will come together at Vulcan's Nest, and all will be forgiven. Forgiven and forgotten.
No. I will not let that happen.
Oh?
They will remember the true face of the enemy. I will show it to them. And we will rise up against them once more.
Hey! Hey! This is no time for napping. Do you have your wits about you? Good. Come with me. We have a crisis on our hands.
Hear me, brothers and sisters. Do not be fooled by the honeyed words of the Dravarnians. The peace they promise is but a prelude to slaughter. Remember your husbands and wives never returned from war. Your children torn apart by fang and claw. All your loved ones shown no mercy. Does not your heart cry out for vengeance? Your blood boil at the injustice? Remember the face of your enemy, brothers and sisters. Remember it, and strike back!
You there! Don't just stand around gawping! Do something, man! Stop her!
Yes, my lord.
See here the true nature of the Highborn. With lies and deception they lead us to our doom. And dare we raise our voices in dissent? Death is our reward. This is the choice they have given us, brothers and sisters. Death by Dragon's Fang, or death by Nobleman's command. Death to all we hold dear! set on your choices, nobleman! You will take no more from me! No more! No more!
What have you done?
I only did as you ordered, my lord.
This is not gonna go well.
I gave no such order. I did not. I never meant for anyone to...
You ordered for her to be stopped, not killed. That is true. I dare say this could not have played out any worse, given that the First Commander and Lord Artorial are not here to take control of the situation. I spoke with a messenger who said that they would be returning shortly, but until they do, naught will be done. Lord Emelian has retreated to the barracks and is refusing to speak to anyone. Therefore, it falls to us to ensure that order has been fully restored. Come, let us walk the streets and speak with the people. My wife and I fell while fleeing with the others at first. The Shurgens tended to our bruises afterwards. Those mad fools have ruined everything. And for what? They were wrong to resort to violence, but when I heard her speak, her words were as a dagger in my heart. Were we to decide enough is enough, that their calls for justice can never be answered, will this be the end of it? Or will there be others like them and the true brothers? I do not want to bear steel against my kinsmen ever again. I do not know if I even can. I'd heard the rumors that the young lord was a drunken fool. What imbecile thought it would be a good idea to let him have the run of Falcon's Nest? Well, I say him and Sir Emeric take their bloody change and shove it up their arses. I'll not be taken in by that rot again. Oh no. Well, what say you? It's not looking good. They are very much divided. So the violence has passed, but the people are far from recovered. That is to be expected. For the moment, it appears that no innocents were harmed by the guards. The blame for all casualties can be placed squarely on the protesters. Nevertheless, the people will not soon forget the image of a young lordling ordering the public execution of an unarmed protester, one whose words resonated with the hearts of many. After all, who among us has not lost loved ones? Hellfire Blade, Hellfire Battle Axe, Guillotine for Dark Knight, and Katana for Samurai. So we have a choice of a bladed weapon. We'll go with the Guillotine. Lord Artariel and the First Commander should have returned by now. To the tavern, then. Our first order of business will be to speak with Lord Emelian, the Lordling, and I somehow doubt that he has moved at an ilm since last we saw him. My apologies, Kiara. I bear full responsibility for this debacle. There will be time for that later. I, for one, am more concerned about picking up the pieces. What do we do now? Or what do we know? According to our intel reports, the protest was orchestrated by the young woman whom Lord Emelian ordered shot. She and her conspirators infiltrated Falcon's Nest, posing as servants and guests. Several were taken alive, others restrained and were struck down, or resisted and were struck down. Still others took their own lives. Our forces suffered casualties as well, but by the grace of the Fury, no civilians were seriously injured. Still, more remarkably, the ringleader yet lives, for the time being at least. The Shurgens are doing what they can for her, but she may not live through the night. Given their impeccable timing, it is likely the convictors who drew us away from the hamlet were in league with the protesters. Accordingly, we have detained them for questioning. I'll be sworn that these villains spent as much effort plotting the failure of this peace conference as we did its success. Well, if the mood of the hamlet is any indication, theirs have been the more fruitful labors. In the wake of the protests, the people seem disillusioned. I had a vision while I was poisoned. You spoke with them then? I see. Sir Emeric placed his trust in me. It will be difficult to explain what has happened here. Remember how far we have come, First Commander. The people's faith may be shaken, but we convinced them before, and we will do so again. If we can but find a means to remind them, to show them once more the promise that change holds for all, then this tragedy too shall pass into the past. We must pray you are right, or that you are right. Nevertheless, for the time being, I have no choice but to suspend the peace conference pending Sir Emeric's final decision. Under the circumstances, I cannot leave Falcon's Nest, Kiara. You will deliver my report to the Lord Commander in my stead, or will you deliver? Okay. Get up, brother. You're going with her. Go on without me. I was not asking. You will answer for your actions in person. Is that clear? Yes, my lord. Your manservant is not here. In fact, I have not seen him for some time. But I could have sworn he was... Okay, I think I see where this is going. I was a loyal servant, and he is not one to shirk duty.
Onawa! No, no! What have they done to you? Onawa! Onawa!
Is that you, my lord? You seem rather flustered.
Because of you, you imbecile! What in the seven hells happened to you?
My apologies. Some few of the guests expressed a wish to leave, and I implored them to stay. It would seem they took issue with my request.
Oh, gods forgive me. If I had only been more careful with my words.
Do not blame yourself, my lord. I know that you and your brother have Ishgard's best interests at heart. That poor woman. She lives in the past, clinging to the memories of the lost. But the future holds so much promise, so much joy. And you know that better than any.
Oh boy.
Calm yourself. The boy will live. But it's imperative we get him inside and into the care of a Kairujin without delay.
Kairujin.
Oh, we were so close! Why does it all have to fall to pieces?
I would not have expected it to be pronounced that way.
Don't they want to live in peace? Don't they want to be happy? We all want the same thing! And still it falls to pieces! Tell me, what was I supposed to do? Someone, anyone, tell me, what was I supposed to do?
Stop looking to others. You make your choice and you live with the consequences.
And what would you know about consequences? You who always know just what to say and just what to do. Your every deed is greeted with a round of applause.
Not true.
You know nothing about me. I have fought tooth and nail for the people I hold dear. Done everything in my power to save them. And I have failed. Learn to live with it. I have.
Okay. may have overreacted, but it needed to be done. He was becoming hysterical. I understand the desire to look for reasons, for excuses, to convince yourself you had no choice. But the past is the past, and there is naught to be gained from reliving your mistakes. I know this. I know this, but he... Alright, we have claws, a dragoon weapon, rogue weapon, and a shield. We'll go with the dragoon weapon next. I have no desire to wait for the lordling to emerge from his puddle of self-pity. We have important matters to attend to in Ishgard. Alright. Back to Ishgard and tell the Lord Commander that things are effed. Hi, Marco. Marco, what are you doing? Okay, we're expected, obviously, and Sir Emmerich is right here. Marco. 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 Leave that alone. You want to look out the window? You can look out the window. My dog is very much being a husky, so just a little bit of distraction. He's a good boy, though. I apologize for being distracted. There's still an hour left in stream, Marco. Word of the demonstration and its resolution outstripped you, Kiara. Every man, woman, and child of Ishgard has heard the tale. 'Tis rumored that my youngest's lack of judgment was to blame. Of course, such stories are prone to exaggeration. What exactly came to pass? I see. So that is the truth of it. Regardless of his intent, the result is undeniable. He has furthered the cause of these misguided few who cannot let go of the past. In an instant, the delicate peace we were poised to forge is once more beyond us. To dwell so deeply on the war and vengeance it begets, only for that too to be taken away. Is it any wonder that they were left behind or bereft? For what was this sacrifice? Have we not to show for our suffering? I thought peace was a sufficient salve, but mayhap I was mistaken. We are warriors, Lord Edmund, and ours is a nation built on centuries of warfare. Right or wrong, this is who we are, and we deny it at our peril. To hold on to the past without being beholden to it, we must needs find a way to honor the sacrifice of our forefathers without glorying their excuses or excesses. A difficult path, to be sure. We dare not deny the scars which mar our nation's soul, lest we spur other disillusioned souls to retrace them. But, as you say, we dare not revel in the past glories either, for they are tainted all. A clear, unambiguous enemy is an undeniably righteous cause. 'Tis a bitter reflection, but, lies though they were, they did long serve to unite us. We have to use Nidhogg, don't we? No truth will ever serve as well, I fear. Yet, we are not without options. At our last meeting, a proposal was tabled by the other members of the Eorzean Alliance for joint military exercises to strengthen the ties between our nations and test our readiness to meet with a common threat. I had thought to delay these exercises until after the peace conference, but mayhap a grand melee would be just the thing to lift our beleaguered spirits. Better still, an occasion for the Temple Knights and the Watch to take the field as allies. A united Ishgardian force filled with men and women from all walks of life, which would stand against a coalition of the allied nations' finest. Hoisted by Ishgard in the shadow of the gates of judgment, a victory under such circumstances would serve as a reaffirmation, nay, a declaration to all and sundry, that we are as strong and united as ever. Such a victory would do much to fan the flames of patriotism, it is true, but if we should be defeated, though, even to hold our own against the cream of three nations might be presented as a triumph. Very well. You may continue, or you may count on my support, for what little it is worth. However, I have a request. I would have my son take part in the grand melee. By his deeds he has brought shame upon Ishgard, and so by his deeds I would have him bring our nation honor. As you wish, my lord. If that is his desire, then it shall be so. And now then, we have no time to lose. Kiara, would you be so kind as to deliver my instructions to Lucia? I shall write the Alliance leaders at once and begin making arrangements for the grand melee. Good, we don't have to go to all the grand companies. Again, should you chance to see my son, pray inform him of his duty. If he has not already returned, he will soon enough, making every effort to avoid me. So that is their solution. A grand melee to unite the people. And what part would they have you play in this affair, I wonder? You who they have taken into their confidence, upon whom they have come to heavily to rely on. And will you oblige them? Sorry, I had to go. And will you oblige them when the proposition is made? Will you stand for Ishgard once more? I will stand with my friends, or for my friends and comrades, not a nation. A poor choice of words. For friends are tried and true, then the living and the lost. So, for this grand melee of his, Sir Emeric wishes to field a force comprising both his temple knights and Hilda's watch, yes? I can only imagine what she will have to say about this, or that. In fact, curiosity compels me to go and see for myself. Oh, you're here. Well met, Kiara. Have you spoken with Sir Emeric? I thought you couldn't leave Falcon's Nest. I was aware of the Alliance's request, so Sir Emeric would turn these exercises into a spectacle for the masses. It's not that I doubt the efficiency of such a plan. Indeed, I know its effectiveness only too well, having witnessed it firsthand. Nevertheless, he has not once given me reason to doubt his intentions. And these are desperate times indeed. I will select knights for the event forthwith. And as for the watch... Did he now? How considerate of Master Thancred to seek out our young watch commander on his own volition, or of his own volition. Alas, he acted prematurely. Pray, deliver this list of watch candidates to Hilda. I would have her best men, not her most dispensable. Going. Tancred's been telling me all about Sir Emeric's grand soiree. Seems we're expected to join in. It's nice of him to invite us and all, but I hope he knows what he's doing. 'Cause we ain't dressed for or to dance with professional bleeding soldiers. Well. Seems the First Commander's gone and handpicked her guests. Can't say I disagree with her choices, though. She's got a good eye. Well, will you be fighting too? Reckon it'd inspire the lads if you were. Might take their minds off getting their hides tanned and all. Think about it, eh? I hate to ask, but you haven't seen our favorite lordling, have you? I thought not. On the assumption that he is not to be found in his father's loving embrace, I suggest we split up and look for him. I will search the foundation, and you will the pillars. To the pillars! I see him. I carried him to the manor. Our best surgeons, I'm still going to call them surgeons, are tending to him as we speak. He is yet to awake, but surely he will. So, Father has volunteered me for this grand melee of theirs. My beloved family, always making my decisions for me. No, it's not like that. It's just... Oh, you wouldn't understand. How could you? You are free to be the woman you want to be, whereas I am a son of House Fortemps. Don't you see? My future was determined before I was born. What I could and could not do. Right or wrong, that was the way of it. Until the old order began to crumble. Now we wander amidst the rubble, searching for a purpose, for a place. All around me, brave men and women rise to the occasion. With faith and conviction, they dedicate themselves to their causes, but not I. I was terrified of making the wrong choice, which is why I let better men make them for me. Do this, do that, take this duty, guard this conference. I suppose I had convinced myself I was above it, until your friend showed me otherwise. When I saw him, I wanted to scream. I wanted someone to blame. But in the end, there was only me. Only me. So you see, I cannot meekly bow my head and accept Father's command. Such cowardice is what brought me to this point. I will go to Sir Emmerich, and I will make my own decision. Alright, now we speak to Sir Emmerich again. The Lord Commander is not to be disturbed. May I ask what matters demand his personal attention? I see. Very well, you may enter.
Lord Commander, if I may, I wish to speak with you before the Grand Melee.
Proceed.
How do you do it, my lord? How do you lead with such certainty, when so many of our countrymen will not hear of peace with the Dravanians? Some of them hate you almost as much as the dragons themselves. They decry you as a patricide in the streets. They even tried to kill you, for God's sakes. Yet still you march on, undaunted, where no archbishop dared to tread. What is your secret? Where do you find the strength?
For centuries, our nation has been punished for the sins of our forefathers. If our punishment is to end, I believe we must right the wrongs of antiquity and move forward as a nation united. Needless to say, my father did not share this opinion.
Yeah, he kinda didn't, did he?
He did not believe the people strong enough to bring about their own deliverance, trusting only in himself. Tyranny seemed to him the only solution. But I have faith in the people, Lord Amanalain. I have faith that they will weather this storm and overcome every trial we set before them. Many have fought and died to see this blight upon our nation's history cleansed, and I would not let their sacrifices be in vain. Though we invite reprisals, the risk is worth the reward.
I want to believe. I do. Lord Commander, through my careless orders, a pall has been cast over these proceedings, and I beg the opportunity to make amends. I, Amanalain de Forton, do hereby request leave to take part in the Grand Melee.
Who am I to deny such a heartfelt plea? We would be honored to have you join the fray, my lord.
You will take charge of the Ishgardian forces.
For all my other responsibilities, I am still Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and I would not soon yield this duty to another.
The esteemed Sir Emeric leading the Temple Knights and the Watch into battle along with my youngest. I could wish for no more.
Then you wish for too little, my lord. There is another who might yet join the fray. An indispensable ally to whom we owe much and more. An adventurer beholden to none who nevertheless chose to champion our cause, who has shared in our suffering and in our glory. A warrior without equal, who I am privileged to call a friend. There is no one I would rather have fighting by my side. I ask this in full knowledge of your obligations, and will not think less of you should you refuse. But if your conscience will allow it, might you oblige me, my friend, one more time? Together we shall give the people a spectacle for the ages, a celebration to mark the dawning of a new era.
Alright, and we are taking part in a grand melee. Gods help me. I think it might be love. I dare say it might be cheating too. Your mere presence is enough to turn the tide of most battles. And did you see the way his eyes lit up when you nodded? 'Twas a look of boundless relief and joy. One would think a politician more practiced at concealing his emotions. Still, his honesty does him credit. For a moment I was fair inspired to pledge myself to the cause, but that would be improper. This fight is their fight, and yours, but not mine. Alright, we'll be able to pick between a bow, a musket, a rod for thaumaturge, and a book for arcanist and summoner. I think we're going to go with the rod for... we'll go with the book. The book for summoner. Sir Emeric informs me that the Alliance leaders have agreed to his proposal. The Grand Melee will be held here in the shadow of the Gates of Judgment, and in sight of the capital. The announcement has been made, and Allied forces are currently en route. The eyes of Ishgard are upon us, Kiara. We must not fail. A rare opportunity to see you pit yourself against the allied forces outside of Cartanu, perhaps. I would not miss this for the world. Cartanu being the PvP area. There she is, I say. When you didn't appear, I began to question... nothing. Never mind. Ahem. To think that we are mere moments away from facing the cream of Eorzean soldiers in battle. That I am mere... but what if... Oh, what am I saying? I have to stop imagining the worst. I must think of the victory, of the glory, of the stories I will tell his friend and servant when he awakens. Alright, it'll level sync us to 60. By the Fury, how could I forget? Father bid me present this to you. I know it is sudden, but we believe the men would find it inspiring if you bore the Kellers of House Fourtemps into battle. Pray, do us this honor. During the grand melee, some of your gear will be glamored. Your attributes and abilities will be unaffected. A grand melee.
Let all here present heed well the rules of engagement.
Grand Melee is a large-scale battle in which an allied company of Ul'dah, Gridania, and Limousin forces will be pitted against a company of Ishgardian forces. When a combatant is incapacitated, the opposing company will be awarded tactical points. The first company to attain the designated rating of 100 points is declared the victor. During the Grand Melee, officiants may mark certain combatants with the Fury's Gaze, which will be indicated by an ethereal tether linking them to their company's flag. While defeating most combatants will award company 1 tactical point, defeating marked combatants will award your company 10 tactical points. Marked combatants also possess enhanced attributes, rendering them more powerful and more difficult to defeat. defending and dealing with and defeating these combatants is the key to victory.
For the honor and the glory of Ishgard.
All is ready then. Very well. Brave men and women of the Eorzean Alliance, let the grand melee begin!
All right. Great. Because it's not a party, my AoE skills aren't working. They have a healer that is actually working. Right, we have another power, okay. I am going to have to target the healers and make that our main focus. We are tied. I'm going to stay on the offensive as a healer. Terrible idea indeed. Okay, I feel like this is going fairly well. It's not, though. most certainly not. They're gonna win. It's gonna be a failure. Cyclops! Cyclops! Everyone on your guard! All forces, fall back! Thancred, who isn't part of the Grand Melee, and neither is this Cyclops. Continue the melee. I will deal with him. Daft sod. You heard the man. Back to it. All forces, form a line on Kiora, now! Ring of Fire, making this a one-on-one. Well met. I will not fly. I was hoping it would come to this. So then, shall we dance? Damn it all. Alright, it is literally just a battle between me and Ruban. Okay, I think I'm doing pretty good. Duty failed because I wasn't able to take out those swords in time. And now then, as far as my different classes go, I could go Summoner to maybe hold off. Sage would probably be decent too. Gunbreaker or Reaper would probably be my best bet though. So what I'm gonna do all right. We'll go with Gunblade. I have not used this one at all before. We'll skip the cutscene going forward. And if this fails, doing it as a tank is seeming to do a lot more. Okay. And there we go with the Cyclops scene. Royal Guard is our defensive stance thing. Go into this fight, make sure it's as a tank.
Did she win? Then we...
Victory is ours! Ishgard! Ishgard! Well fought, my friend. You truly are the warrior of warriors.
Thank the Fury you were on our side.
Oh, my lungs are burning, and I can barely stand. I didn't think I could do it, but then I did. We did. We faced the Alliance's best, and together, with one heart, with one purpose, we prevailed. After 1,000 years of hardship, of strife and bloodshed, we are strong enough to rise to any challenge, be it on the battlefield or beyond. The future holds so much promise, so much joy. We need only show them the way.
A truly magnificent display, Sir Knight. While doubtless less than pleased, I am quite sure the Grand Companies are honored to have been bested by such valiant warriors.
The honor was ours, Your Grace.
I am pleased to see that Ishgard's proud martial tradition is being upheld. When the time comes, I trust you will fight alongside your brothers and sisters in the Eorzean Alliance with the same fervor you displayed in opposing them. I note that our friend elected to take the field in Ishgardian colors.
At my behest, Your Grace. If we have given offense, the blame lies with me.
Fear not, Sir Knight. It was a surprise, nothing more. And any hint of ill feeling was thoroughly dispelled by the spectacle of our mutual friend's duel with General Raubarn. On the subject of surprises, I could not help but marvel at the passion and unity of purpose displayed by your countrymen, given the troubling reports we have received of late.
Troubling indeed.
I shall take that as a compliment, Your Grace. The events to which you allude are the price of change. The end of the Dragonsong War marks the beginning of a new era for our nation, and for the people, high and lowborn alike, who will lead her into the future.
Ah, yes. The people. Change is indeed a perilous thing, for we who seek it, and they who fear it. I shall pray for Ishgard, and for you.
She knows firsthand that trouble.
Well, that made for a refreshing change. Congratulations on your victory, by the way. Ishgardians certainly seem happy with themselves. I, for my part, am merely glad you did not strain anything in the process of single-handedly winning the battle for them. Tis but a scratch, I assure you, and I will not suffer you to worry over me. Not when we have a dozen far more important concerns. Make that 2 dozen. Still, as Y'shtola never tires of telling me, we can but face them head-on, one at a time. One day at a time, as Minfilia would have done.
Ruban has something to say to us. Let us change back to Scholar. Those balls. I had forgotten what it was like to feel so alive. Not once since leaving the Blood Sands have I had the privilege. Not since the bull of Alamigo hung up his swords. Back then, the outcome might have been different. But I do not begrudge you your victory. I know how far you have come, how much you have endured. Our fight only confirmed it. We shall have to do this again one day, when time allows. I shall look forward to it. Now, go to the Ishgardians and celebrate your victory. You have earned it. Come, Pippin. Her Grace is awaiting us. Lead on, Father. And victory was ours. We may have just saved the peace that we fought for. But I don't believe that it'll be so easy. Thancred has words for us. Said your goodbyes. In all the years I have known Ruban, I cannot recall seeing him look so happy in defeat. Well, everything seems to be falling into place, does it not? Yes, and that's what worries me. The Ishgardians have claimed their symbolic victory, and the Eorzean alliance has been strengthened in the process. Be proud, Kiara. You have made this happen. You've earned the emote victory. A new emote? Okay, so it's going to be a unique one for each class. I'm going to emotes, victory, add to hotbar. Each job is going to have a different one, it would seem. Alright, the cane for the healer, the white mage. Book for the scholar. An astronomus, and a rapier for the red mage. We're going to be going for the cane. We have done it. Nay, you have done it. You have brought us the victory we so desperately needed. There is not left but to return to the capital. Come, let us see what reception awaits us. It's too quiet.
My lord!
He's recovered!
Honorwa, my boy. Shouldn't you be in bed?
Thank you for your concern, my lord. But I have largely recovered from my ordeal, and I have naught but several scars to show for it, which I have been told some women may find appealing.
I see. And to think I was worried sick of you.
I'm not sure I understand, my lord.
Well, let's put that theory to the proof, shall we?
My lord?
'Twould seem that a great many things have occurred in my absence. I thought I might begin to make amends by welcoming you in person.
The messengers spared not their chocobos to bring us word of your victory in the grand melee. I cannot well describe our elation when we heard the news.
Okay, better than I thought.
It called to mind the day we rejoined the Eorzean alliance, and I glimpsed hope rekindled in the eyes of the people.
The Fury herself ushers us into a new era. Sir Emmerich, the time is now.
Aye, that it is. Reconvene the conference and summon Vidofnir to Falcon's Nest. We will make peace with Hraesvelga's brood and hasten this bloody war to its end.
Yes, Lord Commander.
I will send word to Artoirel and bid him resume preparations. Emanuele, you will place yourself at your brother's disposal. He will be glad of your assistance.
Hey, bro.
No stopping it now, is there? We should inform Y'shtola and the others.
Careful. Oh, good boy. It's almost time.
My dear friend, I doubt I will ever be able to thank you enough. But when the conference is successfully concluded, I damn well mean to try.
They say you defeated General Ruban within a ring of flames. I did not think the man so ostentatious. Would that I could have seen it. After we parted ways in Matoya's cave, I returned here to speak with Tataru. We agreed to tell the others only that our search for Memphilia had reached an impasse. I subsequently learned that you had left for Falcon's Nest, but I thought it best to keep to myself for a time. I am wont to rely on you overmuch when we are together, and I needed to think, to reflect. I still do, I suspect, but matters here seemed to be coming to a head. Marco, I was trying to avoid that situation. He unplugged my capture card, so bear with me as I restore it. Okay. And I need to go to this. Properties. Default. There we go. Come here, Marco. Come here. It's okay. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. I'm wary of that very thing happening every time you step over it. I still do, I suspect, but matters here seem to be coming to a head. In short, there are some things I fear I must say, though nothing so urgent as it cannot wait until after the conference. So let us make for Falcon's Nest, and see if Lord Artoirel has need of our assistance. I am currently playing with one hand as the other is busy giving Marco scritches to keep him from being upset. and to reassure him that he is not in trouble. All right. Hi, Marco. It's okay, baby. You're not in trouble or anything. You are my baby. You are my bubby. Well met, Mistress Fosborn, and thank you for looking after my brother. They say he fought bravely, that he did not dishonor his house. But you, my lady, to you we owe everything. As you can see, we have made every effort to strike while the iron is hot. We made our intentions known, and that all would be welcome to attend. And so they came. Yes, it does seem that people have arrived. As you can see, and so they came. The ceremony will be a lengthy affair, but there is still much to be done. I would speak with you more, but I must see to my duties. As for you and Master Alphinaud, you will do naught but enjoy yourselves. Is that clear? If any dare beg your assistance again, I will have words. Well, there you have it. We have been forbidden from meddling. Shall we wait, or have you other matters to attend? I am not going to accept a free company request to attend before the ceremony begins. I am going to let my dog outside, and we are going to commence with this ceremony. I know that's one of the things you want, isn't it? You want out? You want out? Well, go to the door. I let you out. Okay, I am back. We are going to wait with Elphanod for the story, or for the ceremony to begin. Excellent. I only hope that Creed and the others will not be late. Epical events do not come around very often. They seem to be more involved. They really seem to be more involved.
The appointed hour approaches.
Aye.
She begged leave to watch the proceedings. I saw no reason not to grant it.
Should I choose to deviate from my prepared remarks, I ask that you trust in my judgment.
Have I ever done otherwise?
How long it hath been since our peoples met thus, children of Thordan, even by our reckoning.
Vidofnir, daughter of Hraesvelga, we give thanks for your visit, and bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest.
Our sire bade us hearken unto the whispers of our hearts. They spoke to us of a paradise lost, of bonds of brotherhood, which they yearn to see restored.
Ours too yearn for such a restoration, and they have guided us here this day, that they might yearn no longer.
Brothers and sisters, ye who stand as witness, hearken to me.
Since the days of Eld, when the bonds betwixt man and dragon were sundered by our hand, our peoples have known only war. Bloodshed without end, losses beyond counting, and still we fought. And still we fought. Some wounds do not heal. The dead cannot be returned to us. But we, the living, can yet choose another course. Here and now, we can lay down this burden, this hatred, this vengeance. Our forebears fought not so that we could die, but that we might live. So let us honor their sacrifice and spare our children this death sentence. Let us gift them a new legacy. Life.
Betwixt our peoples yearneth a divide deeper than the deepest abyss, wider than the widest sea. Generations will live and die ere this divide is bridged. Knowing this, doth thy heart yet yearn for peace, son of Thordan?
Look now on the legacy we would leave to our children. A dream of peace, inscribed in stone for generations to come.
Father and his beloved, as they were so long ago, happy and at peace.
Rasvelgar and the original Shiva.
The dream they shared shall be ours once more.
No! Justinian!
Child of Dravania, art thou grown so forgetful that thou wouldst forsake kith and kin and consort with the spawn of Thordan? That thou wouldst dare contemplate peace? Hearken unto me, all of you! The final chorus is nigh, and all will be held to account. All will bathe in the flames of retribution. Till the coming of that day, look you on your sins and despair, for none shall escape my wrath. None shall escape my revenge!
7 hells.
Nidhogg.
Hells, take that worm! While he lives, we'll never know peace.
Aye! There'll be no end to this war till Nidhogg is dead and gone!
So let's kill the bastard and be done with it! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg! Death to Nidhogg!
No. Sir Emmerich planned for that. That was a thank you, wasn't it? There they go, the last of the guests, having come hither with hope in their hearts, they depart with hatred and bloodlust. Until the moment I saw him strike, I still held some hope, some small hope, that what you had seen in Izislaw was an illusion, perhaps. But he acted without hesitation, as did Sir Emmerich. For a mercy, Faldofnir's wounds was not mortal. Oh, that's good. So Lucia tells me. The dragon was spirited away to Isaac's shrine to receive care from her brethren. We can but hope for her recovery, or that her recovery is swift. Such was surely Nidhogg's intent, to deliver a proclamation not only to the children of Thoradin, but to his kindred. War is coming, and ye who do not stand with us, stand apart. She was an example, a message to her brood, another instrument of his vengeance, like Estinian. And with that, the Dragonsong War comes to an end, and another begins. It is here, though, that we're going to go ahead and call it. I hope you had a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever you're up to, whenever you're up to it, wherever you're up to it, wherever you're up to it, however you're up to it, and whoever you're up to it with. If you're watching this live on Twitch or as a VOD on Twitch, make sure to drop a follow. If you're watching this as a VOD on YouTube, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe down below. No matter which site, hit that bell and check out the channel. Check out my Discord even, where I post when I'm going live, and where I post polls, where you can vote on what games I play next, what kind of character I make, and more. I hope that you enjoyed today's stream and you check out my channel on YouTube here in the middle as a VOD. If you don't know where to start, there's too much there, it's overwhelming, it's confusing, and you have no idea where you are anymore, no problem. Over here on the left is a video, or it's a playlist of me playing an entirely different game. Thank you for the follow! And if you didn't enjoy my stuff, but you stuck around anyway, over here on the left is a video YouTube thinks you will like. Have a good one, everyone, and Monday's stream is being decided as we speak on Discord. Be sure to drop by and check it out, because the votes count. It is on a tiebreaker between 3 game categories currently. We have Digimon, Relaxing, or Survival. So go ahead and drop by the Discord and vote to put your say into the matter. Have a good one, everyone. Stay safe, stay happy, stay warm as the cold comes in, and stay crazy. Bye.